y'all. Welcome back to the ZayMoolaSportsPodcast. I'm your host, Isaiah. And y'all, Kawhi Leonard is out indefinitely due to inflammation in his right knee. And this is very unfortunate, man, because Kawhi Leonard is one of the greatest players of this generation. He's one of the greatest defenders in NBA history. And still to this day, he's a top 10 player in the league when he's healthy, y'all. But the problem is he continues to deal with this issue with his right knee. We know Kawhi's been dealing with problems in his right knee since 2018 when he was playing for the Toronto Raptors. And that year, they had a really good plan in place for him because he only played 60 games. He never played in back-to-back games, and it paid off for them because they ended up winning, the NBA championship that year. But y'all, that was 6 years ago, man. Kawhi was 27 then. Now he's 33. And as y'all know, the older you get, the longer it takes for you to recover and bounce back from an injury. Because when you're, still younger, you can bounce back from an injury rather quickly. But, man, when you get older, it can take a long time for you to recover from an injury, particularly when it's an injury that's been giving you problems, for so many years now. I mean, y'all, 6 years dealing with a knee injury, man, that is a long time. And think Kawhi has still been a very, very great player during that time. I mean, he's won the Finals MVP. He's made 3 All-Star teams. He's made a couple of all-defensive teams, y'all, during that time period. And so it's just really, devastating news to hear this, man, because Kawhi Leonard is one of my favorite players ever, man. A lot of people say that I, resemble him. A lot of people always said that's my twin right there. But I've, had the joy of watching his entire career. I started watching basketball in 2011. That was the year Kawhi entered the NBA, and I remember, y'all, all those battles that he had, against LeBron James and the Miami Heat in the 2013 to 14 finals. Then in 2014, he was the youngest finals MVP in NBA history, man. He averaged about 17 points that series. I was like, yeah, this kid is going to be one of the greatest players in NBA history, one of the greatest two-way players in NBA history, y'all. So I really hate this for Kawhi that he continues to deal with this problem in his right knee. But y'all, I think Kawhi Leonard's going to have to sit down with his family, have a tough conversation about the future of his NBA career, and if he should retire. And I know that would be very, unfortunate to hear. A lot of people be like, no, they don't say that because Kawhi's still a great player. But y'all, at the end of the day, I would rather Kawhi Leonard live a healthy and productive life outside of basketball than to continue to push himself to try to be a really good player right now. Because at the end of the day, you cannot play sports forever, and you want to be able to make sure you can be healthy when your basketball career ends, y'all. And I really want that for Kawhi. I don't want to see him have to kind of hobble around his, house, man. I remember Todd Gurley a few years ago, y'all. He was having to do that because he had just put so much pressure on his knees. His knees really couldn't take it anymore. Thanks be to God, though, that he retired early. I remember Todd Gurley retired at 26 years old, and now, look, he's able to live a really healthy and productive life. I want that for Kawhi Leonard, y'all, because Kawhi Leonard, his legacy is already cemented, man. He's one of the greatest players ever. He's a 2-time Finals MVP, a 2-time NBA champion, 6-time All-Star, 2-time Defensive Player of the Year, and the top 75 player in NBA history. So he's already done everything you can do as an NBA player. He's accomplished basically everything you could ever accomplish. So it's not like he has anything to prove to anybody. Now it's just about, hey, man, let's live a really good life outside of basketball, right? Let's be able to spend time with my family, with my kids, with my future grandkids, and really just enjoy life, not having to hobble around my house, not having to, have assistance from anybody else to walk around, get to places, y'all. And so, yeah, I think if Kawhi has to retire early, listen, I would be all for that. Yeah, again, it would be devastating because Kawhi, when he's healthy, he's still a great player in the league. I mean, last year he had a phenomenal year, y'all. He averaged about 24 points, man. He made the All-Star team. He made All-NBA second team. And then come playoff time, unfortunately, he got injured in the second game against the Dallas Mavericks. The Clippers, they went on to lose that series against the Dallas Mavericks. So now for Kawhi, it's not just about playing basketball, man, but it's about just living a really good life, y'all. And I think Kawhi, again, he's going to have a really tough conversation with his family. If it means he has to retire young to have a really good life, y'all, I think we would all love to see that for Kawhi Leonard because he has done so much for us as NBA fans. He's been such a joy to watch during his NBA career. So there I have it, man. That was another episode of the ZayMoolah Sports Podcast. Remember, y'all, laughs good medicine. So what? Make sure you get your daily dose. Y'all know I'm going to end it, man. I love y'all. God bless. Peace.